Hello and welcome. Well, the television series Top Gear is in the news. We've also got the first Viper that roll off the assembly line, and the brand new C7 Chevrolet Corvette's in the news, and also a look back at the first week that was at the Dakar 2013 Rally. First up on the list, the brand new season of the United States version of Top Gear will be debuting. Actually, got a brand new debut date for the fourth season of the series, January 29th of 2013 at 9 p.m. Eastern on the History Channel. Now, the same cast of characters will be back in this iteration of the Top Gear franchise. I know a lot of people dislike the U.S. version of Top Gear, but I always just look at it as more Top Gear to love. So I'll be tuning in with a lot of other people January 29th of 2013, 9 p.m. Eastern on the History Channel, the new season of Top Gear. Also, the United Kingdom version of Top Gear, the original version, will be making its debut on January 27th of 2013. This will be season 19, and the same cast of characters will be back for this version of the new season of Top Gear. It'll be debuting on BBC Two at 8 p.m. and no real word on when the U.S. or we get the United Kingdom Top Gear version, at least on BBC America. No real word on this. I know they're hyping it that it's coming soon. I think the earliest we ever got it was, I think, 2 or 3 weeks after the original airing in the UK. So we'll have to wait and see, but we'll have news on that when it becomes available. Next up on the list, the first brand new Dodge Viper to roll off the assembly line, caught on video. It was actually a big ceremony with Ralph Shields and Sergio Marchionne in attendance. Also, the fellow that actually paid the big premium for being the first owner of this vehicle, all that money went to charity. He got 001 on the VIN tag as in the first edition of this Viper. Also a ceremony for a fallen comrade for the SRT group as they named the plant after him. It's a pretty good video. You can check it out on the Motor Cars Facebook page right now. And we're only a couple of 3 hours behind from the unveiling of the brand new 2014 Chevrolet C7 Corvette. It was all done over the interweb, and the brand new Corvette is a lot like what we thought it was going to look like for a lot of the shots that were coming out on the interwebs the past several days. But big hoo-ha for the first reveal for the Detroit Motor Show 2013. Now, they were talking about how it still had iconic Corvette looks. I guess kind of it does. It doesn't look as much like a Chevrolet Corvette. Maybe just the windshield and the door glasses look kind of Corvette-ish, but the rest of it is totally different. I'm hearing that only 2 very, very minor pieces actually transferred over. In fact, the brand new engine, or the 6.2 liter engine, gets a couple of big new features. Direct injection for the first time ever on the Chevrolet Corvette. Also, it's going to get cylinder deactivation, try to help out with that fuel economy level. And actually, the Corvette was probably one of the best cars when it came to fuel economy level, especially for a high-end sports car. We're hearing an estimated 450 brake horsepower, 450 foot-pounds of torque, and that's General Motors talking. So they're not 100% sure what this vehicle is going to have. Also, hearing a lot of weight-saving stuff, magnesium seats. Also, a pretty trick little deal when it comes to the all-new 7-speed manual transmission. Now, we got to see this in a Nissan 370Z a 3 years ago, but it's going to be rev matching. Rev matching is a little deal that kind of takes place of heel-toe shifting when you're coming into a corner and you want to apply the brakes and you take it out of gear. The vehicle will blip the throttle to help you engage the next down gear. And it says that the computer software is slick enough, this was Ed Welburn talking about this machine, that you could actually, if you were going to shift into third and all of a sudden decide to shift into second, the vehicle will be able to tell the difference and will be able to decide how many revs it's going to need. Pretty trick little technology. Hopefully they have a shut-off switch for those of us who know how to heel-toe shift, not to talk anything big or nothing. The brand new Corvette's got a lot of new little parts and pieces, a lot of new little features. They're talking about an exquisite braking package. Also talking about that this vehicle now laps quicker than the present-day Grand Sport, which in the initial, I thought, that doesn't sound very impressive at all. But when you think about it, the Grand Sport actually was just a couple of parts away from being a Z06, as it had a lot of the parts on the Z06, just missing the aluminum chassis and also that 7-liter V8, which is a pretty big issue. But the biggest of all the news, this brand new little emblem will be on the car, is the brand new C7 Chevrolet Corvette will be known as the Stingray. Now, I thought that if they ever brought back the Stingray, it would be a special edition package, but apparently not. It's going to be the standard version for the entire C7 lineup. And for all the people that talked that the Chevrolet Corvette was going to be an evolutionary process rather than a revolutionary process when it came to the C7, and the big change is going to come with the C8, I think it's pretty impressive to see how far they took the new Corvette in this iteration, the C7. So it'll be exciting to get some more news coming out of Detroit on this vehicle. And let's take a look back at the week that was Dakar. A little bit of good news, at least as far as some of the leaders are still the leaders, but a little bit of sad news also at the end as well. Mr. DeRoy is actually the head of the class in the truck class. There's a Frenchman in the lead of the bike class, but the leading American is actually Caselli again. He's 12th now overall. He's 27.44, 27 minutes 44 seconds back from the leader, so still a pretty far away, but he's still at least within an earshot of maybe being able to reach the podium with a couple of good stages, and some penalty times would probably help out a bunch. And leader in the car class, still Stefan Petterhansel. He's still the leader in the clubhouse when it comes to the car class. The leading American, still Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon had a rough week, though. After busting the transmission, after getting it stuck, he actually rolled the car in stage 4. He's now 5 hours and 57 minutes and 13 seconds back from the leader. Way back, but no fight, no give up in this team. They're going to keep on fighting clear till the end. The other American contingent that was actually run by a couple of Spaniards, at least driven by, Carlos Sainz's team, they actually had an issue with an engine, had to withdraw at stage 6, so they're out of the competition altogether. Now, when it comes to the tragic part of this event, as the Dakar has always been a car breaker, it's also been a killer in the past as well. And strangely enough, we've had a couple of incidents where we've had some deaths. This particular fellow, which is Thomas Boron, who actually lost his life on a road section in between 2 stages, actually collided with a police car. There's an investigation going on, but he sadly succumbed to his injuries. Also, there was a vehicle, a support vehicle, in the middle of a road section that got into an accident, and actually 2 people were killed in that particular incident as well. So thoughts and prayers out to all those people who are impacted by these tragic events that happen in Dakar, as Dakar has always been an incident, an actual event that actually has a lot of incidents where people lose their lives, sadly enough. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this week's Motor Cars Enthusiast. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.